Got like 10 players, and I am smoking a brisket today. So.
Nice. Well, what you do? You worked just fine last night.
So yeah, I will wait until Cameron gets on, but may have a proposal to use something other than Roll20.
Yeah, you were mentioning that in the messages.
Yeah, so I don't know. I tried out Roll, and a lot of the complaints that I have about Roll20, it seems Roll has kind of addressed them. So, or I mean, at least superficially. Like I said, I haven't played a game on it yet, so I don't know for sure. But it sure seems that way. And so evidently, Exalted Funeral, who of course make or distributes old school essentials, they sent me all the books, free links to load them up on Roll because they have now made their entire library available on Roll.
Oh,
And so I went ahead and I grabbed them, and it's pretty impressive. Oh yes, yes, there is a Skype link. Here.
All right. So we're just waiting on Brian, right?
Yep, he's just trying to log in to Roll20. So we were just talking about
fine yesterday.
we were talking about so Exalted Funeral's entire catalog was made available on Roll, and so they sent me free links to all of my um, all of the old school essentials books, and so I went in, I grabbed them, and I've been looking over Roll, and it's what I was telling, at least superficially, from what I can see, because I haven't run a game on it yet. So, this is all just initial looks. But from what I can see, it seems like all of the complaints that I've had about Roll20, Roll has addressed, and so I don't know. I mean, we could give Roll a try and see how we like it. that's of course an option if you guys are willing to try it. They also, and of course I've heard this claim before and I haven't tested it out, but um, they have their video is really nice. It's quite clear, but they boast that they have HD quality video and audio, and I know that we haven't, of course, tried the new audio system in Roll20, but my experience with the audio in Roll20 is that most of the time it just doesn't want to work. So that would be something to try out on their end, see if it's any better, and that could slim us down and not have to use Skype. But I don't know.
I'm down to try it. Just like tell me what week and I'll get an account and whatever.
Okay, so maybe we'll give that a shot in a couple weeks. Because, like I said, next week I'll be gone for I'm attending a wedding for my nephew, and so I'll have to import some more maps and stuff. But so far it does look pretty damn cool. So I'll post the link for it's just playroll.com. You guys can, it's free. You can make accounts, and I'll have to look into seeing how to invite you to my room. Yeah, I don't know how to work that yet, but
Going to come to my room. No.
But yeah, I mean they've even got stuff for like content creators and stuff, which I guess that falls under my purview. But right now it's in early access, so I haven't futzed around with that too much. But I was able. This is one of the cool things about Roll that I was able to test out. So Roll20 put in a feature where you can upload a PDF, and so far in the testing that I've done in Roll20, and I've done this pretty extensively with my traveler groups, is that it's completely useless because when you open a PDF in Roll20, they are still insisting on opening it in a window in the browser window itself. It's very similar like your dice roller and things like that. And that chokes and it bogs it down. If your PDF is more than 1 or 2 pages, it just simply doesn't want to work. And not to mention the fact that if you have something like a map that is going to be really big, that their default, the window's way too small, and then you have to resize, which causes it to have to reload the PDF, which bogs it down even further. It's just, it doesn't work. And so Roll has, right out of the chute, has the ability to upload your own PDF. But they do it logically. When you double click on a PDF, and you, as the DM, you can choose to share what books and PDFs are available. And so you can say, well, for instance, players in our game would all have access to opening the PDF for the player's tome, whereas the referee's tome probably would just not. I mean, it doesn't really pertain to you guys. So I can mark which books are available and which aren't. So I uploaded, for instance, the Braunhaven campaign setting book, and when you click that, it doesn't open in a new window. It just creates a new tab, just like it would with any other PDF that you ever click on anywhere on the internet. It just opens it in another tab. And I'm like, yeah, why reinvent the wheel? Because the browser already has that capability. Why are you trying to open it in its own special Java window? It's just the way Roll20 is doing it is dumb. And but Roll has seen through that and fixed it on their own. So I was like, that's kind of cool. The other thing that it has is that you can go into the dice roller and you can create your own custom dice. So, for instance, after a long rest, you regain D3 hit points. You don't have to roll a D6 and use that and divide by 2. I just created a D3 dice. You just roll D3 to see how many hit points you gain back after a long rest. So I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And of course, you can change the color of your dice and all of that. But I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be adding in. I hope they would be adding in like custom dice and things like that. So if you want some fancy sparkly dice, you could get them or whatever. But it may be too early for that yet. So, anyways, welcome to the Braunhaven campaign setting. We will be picking up where we left off last week. Wes is out enjoying the summer weather on his son's boat, so no Borman and Malachi today. And then we will be gone. We will not have a show next week because I myself will be gone to a wedding. Hooray! So. Where we left off, you guys are exploring the Royal Manor that is attached, of course, to the eastern side of the keep, and you have pretty much just come in. You ended up fighting a couple of werewolves and their direwolf companions, and that fight actually got a lot more sketchy than than was initially. Honestly, that fight, the two werewolves and the two direwolves, was harder than fighting the vampire. You guys kind of whooped his ass early on, and I was like, ugh, yeah, there's just no coming back from that. But yeah, I mean, the dice giveth and the dice taketh away. So you are in this hallway, which is 8B. 8B. Just a recap. So there's hardwood floors in here, burgundy area rugs, and white plaster on the ceiling with wood beams, and the ceiling's 10 feet high. But before we get started, I'd like to thank one of the friends of the Greenwater Guildhall. None of these are sponsorships or partnerships of any kind. They are just products that we really like. And today I would like to thank Fable Beard Company. Fable Beard Company makes beard products such as oils, balms, butters, and co-wash. They have beard wash. They have deodorant. I think they have spray-on colognes. They have all manner of beard care products. I think they also have like a lotion that they were kind of, I don't know if they're still doing it, but they were kind of aiming that towards the ladies. But if you are looking for beard care products, all of their scents are a different fantasy character. Today I am wearing the Hero Beard Balm, which is a cologne scented, a very light cologne scented beard balm, but they have many, many different scent profiles, so I recommend thoroughly checking them. Another favorite is Dr. Wolf. It smells like blueberries and pipe tobacco. It is quite amazing. If you are a first-time purchaser, you can go to fablebeardco.com and create an account, and they have a buy one, get one free option. So you can put 2 oils or a beard balm and an oil into your cart, and the second oil will be discounted to free if you use the code FIRST in all capital letters when you check out. So give them a try. If you're a fan of the channel and you want to help support us, we do have a merchant store via Zazzle. We've got a beer stein with the Greenwater logo on it. We have T-shirts, including the Braunhaven campaign setting book cover T-shirt. There is the Pirate Flag T-shirt from our Wednesday night Pirates of Drynax campaign made by the beautiful Cameron. And we have a map that is on a blanket that fleece blanket that comes in 3 different sizes, everywhere from baby to ginormous. We've got buttons. So yeah, check out the merch store, and if you want to help support the channel, go ahead and pick up a new T-shirt or a button, and all of the proceeds from that store go directly back into the channel. And we appreciate anything that you purchase. It is June 24th, it is Free RPG Day, and in honor of that, for today only, I have marked the Braunhaven campaign setting book, which also include the adventure, the thing in the basement, which is a level 1 through 3 adventure. It is marked as pay what you want, basically free for the PDF, and that is available both on Big Geek Emporium and Drive-Thru RPG. So if you want to get a free book, head on over there and grab that. So where we left off, you are in this hallway. There is this, of course, single door heading to the north, and this set of double doors heading to the north. And at the end of the hall, there is a set of double doors that leads further into the Royal Manor. What would you guys like to do?
I want to know how a non-expert does the check the traps thing.
That is a good question. I believe. Well, there's a couple of ways. You can.
1 in 6 by class? Is that
Yeah, I believe it's a 1 in 6 chance.
right? Is the 1 or the 6 the winner? 1,
You
right?
wanna roll a 1 on a d6.
Okay, let's try it.
All right.
Nope. Okay.
Well, you
I'm
didn't
still
find any
opening it.
traps, so.
Rushing right ahead.
I see. Okay. I was like looking at my DM map, and I'm like, what am I doing here? I see what I was doing. So, this is an iron banded door, wooden door. So it's got, the iron kind of fleur-de-lis type arrows across the top and bottom. It is not locked, and it is, for a change, it's not occupied. There is, in this room, a large area rug on the floor, off-white plaster, and wood beams on the 10-foot ceiling. There is an 8-foot tall Riverstone fireplace and a queen-size bed in this room. And, the bed is covered in heavy quilts and furs that have not aged, very well. A lot of them are moth-eaten. But yeah, like I said, there's a fireplace. And other than that, the room looks like it hasn't been touched in 100 years.
Wow.
Or more.
Let's see. Should we check out the next room then,
Or, you can search this room. Of course.
Okay, sure. Let's search it.
Okay, so where in the room are you searching specifically?
Maybe we'll search the bed.
Okay.
Let's stick a lure in this corner.
Okay.
Looking at it.
So
I don't know.
It doesn't. That's odd. So you search in the bed. You don't.
Toomi goes under the bed.
Yeah, you don't find anything in the bed or even in the there. It has a overstuffed, down-filled mattress, basically just a gigantic pillow sack filled with down feathers. But aside from that, you don't find anything in the bed.
Is there anything along the walls on the side of Laura's on?
No, there is, however, a fireplace on this east wall. I don't know if I grabbed the right tool. There's 8-foot tall fireplace on the east wall.
Let's search that.
So you do find one of these river stones that makes up this fireplace is loose.
Free Riverstone. Cool.
Moving the Riverstone aside, it reveals that there is a small, hidden, like a small cubby in there. And in there, you find a, what is that? There is a dagger in a sheath and a leather pouch. Or a leather sack, rather. The leather sack, and I need to add this up. Let's see here.
I'll keep the loot for today if you want.
That would be really great. My character she's far less.
So in the leather sack, there is 300 gold pieces,
Got it?
400 silver pieces,
Got it?
and 200 copper pieces.
Got it.
And this is a pretty fancy dagger. The sheath that it's in is ornate. It's got some ornate leather work on it, and the dagger itself is quite shiny.
Can you use daggers? That's asking Alora.
Yeah, Laura can. I was wanting to mess with it and see if it was magical in any way or not. So I think Malachi can use them too. Something.
Yeah, Malachi really needs one, so you might want to save it for Malachi. Let's see here. Let me double check something. Oh, I'm sorry. I described this dagger wrong. So this dagger is very strange. It looks initially like a belt buckle, but the inside of the dagger, or on the backside of the belt buckle, it comes out and is a dagger, and it is an ornamental belt buckle, and it does contain a +1 dagger.
Ooh. Yeah, we should definitely save that for Malachi. That seems right up his alley.
Yeah, the owner must simply grasp the buckle and it will become a dagger. After use, the blade may be returned to its buckle form by touching it to the belt, and it will transform back into a buckle.
I printed some new character sheets. Copy stuff over to you. It's gonna take me like 1 minute to get it. I'll be right back.
Okay.
+1 ornamental belt buckle dagger.
Yes.
Transforms on touch to hand or belt.
I see Jackson still outside the room. Where would Jackson like to go from here?
In the room? No. Jackson is hanging out watching the hallway.
Right, but does he want to move to the next room? What does he want to do?
He will move here and wait patiently for the party outside the room, but he's kind of keeping watch outside so we don't get surprised.
Okay. Yeah, that's
if we're ready to go to the next room, then he will walk forward again.
Okay.
Toomi will come join by the doorway, and Dentry will join Mavis at the door.
So this door,
can anyone check for traps, or do you have to have like a skill?
No, you can check for traps. You get a 1 in 6 chance of detecting anything. And basically, the only problem is, of course, if you do detect that there's a trap, you're going to have to get really super inventive on how you would go about disarming it, because that's generally the purview of the thief. But this door, Mavis doesn't find any traps, but the door itself is locked.
Okay. We can try and open it with strength and a crowbar, right? Like
you could. And let me.
I'll step to the side. The entry almost always the one that opens it.
Let me double check something. Yeah.
All right. Well, apparently I don't roll well when I use the chat codes. Let me try rolling with the
using the dice roller.
That's not what I wanted to do. How do I make it so I can drag and roll? I'll have to click the setting for that.
I don't know about drag and roll, but I just click in the dice roll. I just click roll and it shits out the dice. I don't know if there's another way of doing that.
Okay, there we go. But yeah.
And are you having Dentry try to bust open the door? Is that what you're?
Yeah.
That was a 5. That was Dentry. And then the 4 was Jackson.
So, I'm sorry, Dentry got a 5. What's Dentry's strength?
Dentry's strength is +2, 16.
Okay, so Dentry is bashing on the door, and he is unable to bust the door open.
Okay.
And
Looks
I'm
like
sorry, was Jackson trying to bust open the door too, or was he just
Yeah,
looking?
Jackson was like, doing it wrong. And then he tried, but he rolled a 4, but he only has a +1.
Okay, so neither of these two are able to get the door open.
okay. It's time for us to try, I guess. Probably didn't work. Okay.
No.
All right, you guys loosen it up.
Ooh,
God
yeah,
damn
no.
it.
That door is locked as locked can be.
Where's our? What about our like?
Oh, we got the opening chime. That's right.
Yeah,
Why
there you
Why
go.
did we spend all this time
Doing it the hard way.
We wanted to show off for each other. That's why.
Okay, I ring the opening chime. Yes.
Okay, so this is one of the things that is nice about having the thief, because he can listen at the door and all sorts of stuff. But anyways, so this room has hardwood floors, burgundy plaster, and wood beams. This appears to be the master bedroom, and it too has an 8-foot tall Riverstone fireplace. There's a king size bed, and the fireplace is on the east wall, kind of the back part of the other fireplace in the room next door. Oh, yes, on the west wall. Constructed with large river stones and mortar. The fireplace is large enough for a person to stand in. I mean,
Oh wow.
it's a big fireplace. The bed is in good condition, with of course the exception of the linens and blankets. But in this room, you see there are 5 corpses on the floor, and as you open the door, they all start to move and start to stand up. They are zombies. And zombies don't even get to make a initiative roll, so everybody else, you guys can roll initiative.
Four, 4, 2. Oh.
Now, this is was it you guys that we discovered this? No, I think it was I think it was our Wednesday night game. We discovered a discrepancy in the dice roller. Somebody rolled 3d6, and it came up like 541 on the dice. I mean, you could clearly read it just like you can here. But in the chat window, it said that it rolled 441. And that being off by 1 would have made or break the success of that roll. So I don't know, it's kind of sketch.
Then I guess my question is, when there's a discrepancy, do you go with whichever one is better?
I go with what the physical dice on the screen are showing. So I just thought it was really weird, because it's not like it was a jack die or any, which Roll20, believe it or not, somehow it can jack the 3D die. I don't know how it's capable of doing that, but I've done it a number of times. And yeah, it was different than what was actually rolled. Mavis and Laura, Dentry, and Jackson all roll a d6. Mavis, what about Laura?
So 4 and 2 for Dentry and Jackson, respectively.
Okay, so Mavis and Dentry are surprised.
Oh, shit.
But the zombies. I mean, can zombies be surprised? I guess so. No, the zombies are not surprised. But yes, or I'm sorry, Alora and Jackson are surprised. But Mavis, you get to go. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna
Is
turn
Jackson
them.
surprised?
Jackson's surprised, but Dentry is not.
But Jackson has the thing where unless he rolls a 1, he's not
Oh, that's
surprised.
right. So Jackson is not surprised. You're right. So the only one that's surprised is Alora.
Oh, okay.
So
I
Mavis.
only rolled 5 for my turning thing.
Oh, that's right. Turning. So
I don't know if that was right.
let's bring up. Probably you probably did turn them.
Oh, really? No, I didn't.
What level is Mavis now?
5.
Okay. And zombies have 2 hit dice, which means yes. So
Cool.
Mavis makes that look easy and turns the zombies so hard that they die.
Nice.
It's like, yeah, about that.
Yeah, they just turn to dust and kind of explode.
I'm gonna search around and get a minute.
Okay, so you guys go ahead and search the room. I need to roll a d6. Nope. Searching the, you guys take 10 minutes a turn to search this room, but you don't find anything in this room.
Just
Fair
a bunch
enough.
of dead bodies that were here for no reason.
Right.
Bunch of dust now, I think.
Yeah, a lot of grave dust laying around.
Yeah. Okay, let's look for traps on this door and probably fail, but you never know.
Okay, so this
Okay.
door,
Oh, okay.
button D. So this door is not locked. You don't find any traps, and opening this door reveals that this is like a connecting office.
Time to
Hardwood
search
floors.
the papers.
There are bookshelves set into the walls, white plaster and wood beams on a 10-foot ceiling. There's a large desk here and chairs. Everything's covered in dust. This door to the south, however, is locked. This door here. The walls of the office are set with built-in floor-to-ceiling bookshelves. The books lining the shelves all seem to be of a mundane nature, consisting of history and legal books. The desk itself is a rather large desk where the Duke or Duchess would be allowed to study or meet privately away from court intrigue of the keep. The desk has a drawer. The drawer itself is locked. Okay.
Is it though? I got a chime.
Okay.
It's coming. And now it's not.
So Mavis hits the chime, and when she hits the chime, you hear the lock, just click and unlock, and you can see that a needle pokes out from the lock. and it is.
It was
That leaves
trapped.
the chime.
Yeah, it is dripping with poison.
Ooh.
But opening the drawer. This is funny. So you open the drawer and it's empty. There's nothing in it. Yeah.
Wow. This
Yeah.
is the worst drawer ever.
That would have just been
Just the red herring trapped drawer.
Yeah, that was the dick move of this room. So
Toomi is listening at the door.
okay. Toomey's listening at the door. Toomey doesn't hear anything at the door.
Okay. Toomi relays that its sense of nothingness to Jackson, who tells the party, Toomi don't hear nothing.
Okay, let's open it up then. Let me just do it.
So the south door is locked.
Oh.
Jackson wants to bash it.
Oh, okay. You can do
All
that.
right. Yeah.
I'll save the chime for later.
We're doing the kick open route here.
All right.
Ooh, that's what is Jackson's strength?
Oh no, Gentry did that. Sorry, not Jackson.
Oh yeah. Well,
Gentry did the door. Sorry.
yeah. Gentry has no problem and kicks the door open, and this hallway appears.
Gentry's like, look this.
And so this hallway is basically identical to the previous hallway. It's just bifurcated by these double doors. And you see another set of double doors down here, kind of leading to the southwest. And then there are two doors here leading to the north and south, and a set of stairs that go up to the second floor.
I'll pick this door and check.
Okay.
Nope. Okay.
Nope, you don't find any traps.
Just
And
feeling my way through this dungeon.
and the door is not locked. This room appears very similar to this room over here. It is a queen-size bed. Again, the linens and blankets on it are fairly rotted. But aside, there's a 8-foot tall Riverstone fireplace on the east wall. Aside from that, there is nothing else in this room.
Okay. Let's try the one to the south.
Okay. The door to the south.
I don't see anything wrong here. Let's open it.
So this door also is not locked. And it, too, this room appears very similar to the other two rooms. And,
All right.
yeah, there, queen-size bed, 8-foot tall fireplace, pretty much standard stuff, but you don't see anything else in here.
Gentry wants to check the fireplace because we've been finding luck with fireplaces. Like, fireplaces, right? They have things now. He's just convinced every fireplace has something now.
Ooh.
Hold on. Why did it do that? Sorry, I had a weird Acrobat malfunction. There we go.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so like I said, you got the stairs that go up, and then you, of course, have these double doors down to the southwest.
All right. I'll check those. Looks good to me.
So these doors opens up to the entrance hall, and at one time this was a pretty fantastic entrance hall. Hardwood floors that go up to the bottom 3 feet around the walls. There's hunter green plaster the rest of the walls, and what at one time were polished wood beams on a 10-foot vaulted ceiling. And you see that there are 2 white marble statues here and here. And the statues are white marble depicting wood elves standing on either side of these double doors. And then there is the single door that leads to the outside.
All right, should we go outside?
Well, or you can check out
we should look.
the upstairs.
Yeah, the statues. Yeah, those look
Well,
cool.
and there's still stairs that you can go up and check the second floor.
Oh gosh,
If,
there's a whole bunch.
if you so choose.
Is there anything unusual about the statues?
There is not, aside from they are beautiful statues, but aside from that, there's nothing particularly special about them.
What's this thing? The stable, you said? Or
this goes outside to the upper bailey.
oh, okay. You guys want to go up the stairs?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do it.
So you guys. Like that. So before you go up the stairs, it has been an hour. You could take a 10-minute rest, which will avoid, of course, the -1 to all of your rolls from exhaustion. If that's
yeah, we should definitely rest then.
Yep,
Okay.
that's a definite yes.
Okay, so you take 10-minute break. You know, eat some hardtack and beef jerky, and so moving up the stairs, there is scratched up hardwood floors. There are rotten area rugs. There's off-white plaster and wood beams on the walls and a 10-foot vaulted ceiling. And on this hallway, it is only 5 feet wide. And there is a large, rather grotesque statue standing in this corner of the second floor main hall.
I'll look it over.
Okay. Mavis and Dentry, roll a D. Well, all of your characters roll a D6. Woo.
Hello.
So, which one rolled the 1, Dentry?
Mavis.
Okay.
Dentry.
Okay. So, Dentry and Mavis are both surprised.
Damn it.
Because the statue comes to life. And it... Whoops, that's the wrong one. And it is actually a gargoyle. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my.
Everybody roll initiative. Ugh.
Ugh.
I haven't fought a gargoyle.
Yeah, I guess we were surprised. Damn.
Yeah, gargoyle is going to be a new one. So, yeah, it has been. It made a perch up here on the second floor hall, and you know, doing what gargoyles do so they can jump out at you. Say boo. Let's see here. Wow, got a lot of 3s here.
Yeah.
All right. So Mavis and Dentry are. This is the surprise round. Mavis and Dentry are both like, "Oh shit!" And
Yeah.
so, what would Alora like to do?
She can try and throw a dagger. Both.
Okay.
Doubt, but hey, maybe.
Let's see here. So you got a total of 11. Is that right?
What it says there.
And what's her Thaco?
It is still 19.
Okay. And 11 only hit AC 8. No, she throws the dagger, and the dagger whips around the room and comes back to her hand without really hitting anything.
Okay.
Mavis is surprised. What does Toomi do?
Toomi le pounces. Sorry, adjusting my dice color to something less unlucky.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes.
All right, Toomi, pounce away.
Ooh.
And Toomi's Thaco is... What the hell is Toomi's Thaco? 18.
So Toomi successfully scratches the gargoyle, but Toomi's claws don't do any damage.
Damn it, Toomi. Does it hurt? Does like Toomi's claws does Toomi realize like, ow, this did not do much other than hurt my claws?
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, Toomi would probably be kind of surprised in the fact that that its well-placed hit didn't do anything.
All right. Toomi will just forego the second attack then and back off and hiss at it instead.
Okay. The gargoyle is going to... The gargoyle is going to attack Dentry.
Come at me, bro. Come at me.
Since Dentry is... let's see. So he's got a horn. And he's just going to try to bite Dentry. Oh, wait. And he's going to try and claw. He's got 2 claw attacks. He's going to try and claw Dentry twice. So, here we go.
All right, AC 1.
11's not going to... Well, wait. He's got a Thaco of 16, though. So, no. 11's not going to do it. Second claw attack. Ooh. Yeah, that hits a -2. And so Dentry is going to take 2 points of claw damage.
How dare you?
Dentry is surprised. What does Jackson want to do?
Jackson is gonna nuzzle his way past Dentry, like, get it together, and make a sword attack with the sword of... Oh yeah, it's not the sword of sharpness anymore. I have the beheading sword now.
Yeah.
What's the sword called again? The
Vorpal. Yes.
I have a Vorpal sword now.
That's a +2, isn't it?
It sure is.
Nice. So yeah, that's a +2 to your attack as well. And on a nat 20, you would behead.
That would be great.
Ooh.
I'm gonna hurt it.
Well, I'll take a soft 19. How about that?
And Dentry's at, Jackson's got a Thaco of 17. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so yes, you hit. For 9. Yikes. Yeah, you slash that Vorpal sword across the gargoyle's chest, and it opens up, and you can see that this blackish blood starts to drip out of this gaping wound in its chest. It's still up and moving around though.
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
Before we do Alora's give me just a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Need to take my diabetes medication.
Diabetes.
These are my testing supplies. My daughter started playing one of my old Pokemon files, and I forgot what I named everything. I named one of them Diabetes. It looks like a wad of cotton candy.
Well, then that name fits. Yeah.
Yeah. I just forgot it though, and then my son's like, "Use your second strongest Pokemon, Diabetes." I'm like, "What?"
I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. And back. There we go. So, Alora, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and sling that magic dagger once more.
All right.
Oh yeah,
That is a hit.
Yeah.
All right. So the dagger sticks into the. She throws it, and dagger sticks in like the gargoyle's neck, and a fountain of blood comes out. Gargoyle's not looking so good, but he is still moving around. Mavis.
Okay, time to bash him with the +1 mace. Hopefully. Probably not.
What is Mavis's taco?
17.
So she goes to swing, and the gargoyle kind of parries her attack. What is Toomi doing?
Toomi is continuing to hiss, but probably moving further back now. Like,
okay.
Don't like.
Gargoyle is going to try to bite Mavis.
Don't forget the -2.
Oh, that's right. because of Dentry's. Well, Dentry hasn't made an attack yet.
Well, I missed an attack, didn't I?
No, you were surprised.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm
So
not
yeah,
engaged yet.
he is going to try to bite Mavis for attempting to smack him. Ooh, what's Mavis's AC?
3.
No, he missed. His jaws snap very close to Mavis. She sidesteps and avoids getting bitten. Dentry, what would you like to do finally?
Oh, it's back to me now, huh? Mother, I will flamey sword. What?
Ooh. 17 is going to hit.
Neat.
Did it roll? Okay. I was like, lag.
Okay, so Dentry runs his flaming sword all the way through the gargoyle's chest and hits him so hard that fire from the flaming sword starts to come out of the gargoyle's eyes. And that is the end of Le Gargoyle.
Yeah.
That.
How dare you scare me?
Goodness.
I got surprised and I don't like it. Die.
Try that again. There we go. Table C. You guys get 1 percentage roll.
Would you like to make it?
Sure, why not?
What?
I will make a percentage roll.
Wow, okay.
Did I do good? Did I do good?
009. Yeah, I think so.
So the gargoyle was hoarding well, 2 magic. Well, no, wait. That was 4,000. See here.
You say he's hoarding 4,000 of something?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
4,000 electrum pieces.
Oh, shit.
And there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Oops, that's the wrong
For the low cost of $5.99.
You get to make 2 more percentage rolls.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let Mavis make one, and Dentry, I'll make the other, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
91.
No way.
Ooh. 91 and a 100. So that is 2 weapons.
Really?
I was like 100. I never roll 100.
So Mavis, make another percentage roll. 95.
You just like that? You just like those 90s, huh?
I guess so.
So Mavis, so behind where this gargoyle was perched in the corner of this room, there was this pile of electrum pieces, 4,000 electrum pieces to be exact. And in that pile, there was also a warhammer. And Dentry, you can, or Brian, you can make another percentage check as well. 95. There are Well,
There's 2 Warhammers.
I'm going to combine them into one. There is one Warhammer and 4,000 Electrum pieces, but this is a really fancy Warhammer.
I mean, yeah, what are the odds we roll 295, right?
Right, right.
Who can wield the Warhammer?
It's a blunt weapon.
Mavis
Yeah.
could. I mean, pretty much anybody could, but this kind of screams Mavis.
It really does.
Okay, tell me about it.
It is so. Picking this Warhammer up, you realize that this is a very well balanced Warhammer. It looks to be of dwarven construction. It is a +2 Warhammer.
Ooh, yeah, I'll take that.
Screw the +1 mace. You got a +2 Warhammer now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it still does 1d6 blunt damage, but it is a +2.
It's 1d6 plus 2 then?
Yes,
Damage? Okay,
+2
cool.
to both attack and damage.
Nice. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that was a pretty good treasure roll, especially for
Yeah.
something completely random. Let's see here.
You got a +2 weapon now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you've got there's 4 doors on the southern wall and 2 doors on the northern wall of this very narrow 5-foot wide hallway.
Let's look at some more doors. Let's see. Looks good to me.
Okay. So this door is not locked. It is a very small bedroom. Hardwood floors, white plaster, and wood beams on the walls and ceiling. It's a 10-foot ceiling. There is a small pot-bellied stove in the northeast corner. And the bed just appears to be just a full-size bed. You can see that there are missing shingles in the ceiling, or in the vaulted ceiling, that has allowed water to come in. So the bed is a mass of mold and mildew, and there are puddles all over the floor.
Ooh.
Aside from that, you don't see anything really spectacular about this room.
All right. I'm going to move on then.
Okay. Check the next door.
Looks great. Let's go.
So this room, I need to find this room. So this is, this is just a small mess hall. Hardwood floors. There are like wood paneling on the walls. And there's wood beams and shingles on a 10-foot vaulted ceiling. There is an iron stove in the southwest corner. Wood cabinets on the walls. There's a wash basin that hasn't been filled with water, or it is filled with water, but the water looks putrid and it looks like it hasn't been emptied in years. All of the cabinets are shut though.
Well, let's open some up.
Okay.
That seems fun.
So you start opening up cabinets. And surprisingly, in the cabinets, there are like clamped, sealed jars. And these jars are full of spices. You find that there are about 500 gold pieces worth of various spices.
Ooh.
500 gold pieces worth of spices. Got it.
Aside from that, you don't see anything else in here.
Okay. Here we go. I'll look at the room to the north here.
Okay.
Great. Safe. Enter. This isn't so hard.
Yeah, what do we need a thief for? Jeez. So this room looks like it was probably a guard captain's chambers. hardwood floors. There's white plaster, wood beams and shingles on the ceiling. It too has a 10-foot vaulted ceiling. There is an 8-foot Riverstone fireplace on the west wall, and there is a queen-size bed in here. The ceiling, of course, is leaking terribly and has allowed water to soak most of the bed. The bed is molded and in rotted condition. The fireplace is made of, river stones and mortar, and the opening is 8 feet tall, so it's tall enough that Gentry could stand in it.
Should we search this room or just move along? What do you think? There's a fireplace.
Well, Dentry, he now believes all fireplaces have stuff in them, so.
So yeah, you search through, but you don't find any. You check the fireplace and kind of go through the room, but you don't find anything of note.
Okay.
The fireplaces are lies.
Yep.
This looks pretty safe.
Yeah,
Keep
you
going.
don't find any traps. This room is pretty much identical to the previous room. It looks like these were probably for the house guards. This was their housing, but yeah, the bed is a moldy, rotted mess from leaks in the ceiling and things of that nature.
All right. All right. Good.
So this room, very similar to the guard captain's room. This was probably for like the lieutenant's chambers. Hardwood floors and white plaster. There's a Riverstone fireplace, a queen-size bed, and there's a footlocker at the foot of the bed. And the footlocker is under a stack of moldy linen shirts and breeches. And there is a suit of leather armor and a battle axe that can be seen poking out of the lid of this footlocker.
Okay, so it's not locked. Is it like a normal battle axe, or is there anything remarkable about it?
So both the leather armor and the battle axe look pretty spectacular. And the head of this battle axe, it is a double-bitted battle axe. The head of this axe is like it is engraved to make it look like a grinning skull.
Gentry?
He's like, Alex, you say?
Yeah, come take a look.
Okay. So Gentry takes a look at this battle axe. Let me find it. Come on. Why is
Gentry's been dying for a nice axe.
that? What the fuck?
But then, of course, Jackson is our woodsman. Maybe he wants an axe.
Oh, I know why. Let's see. There it is. So, Gentry, the first thing that happens is that Gentry picks up this axe and immediately falls in love with this axe. Gentry will not use any other weapon besides this axe now.
What?
You are insisting on using this fantastic battle axe.
So I was not lying when I said I was wanting a battle axe. That's why you laughed, you jerk.
The leather armor you determine is actually magical in nature. It is +2 leather armor.
Is there anything special about battle axe besides I'm in love with it?
No,
I don't
no.
like that.
Yeah, I don't like that sound.
Yeah, I will tell you. So this battle axe is cursed.
Ah, damn it.
Oh no.
It is a -1, and when used in battle, it causes the wielder to go into a berserk rage. The wielder will indiscriminately attack the closest creature, whether it is friend or foe. If the creature is killed, the wielder attacks the next nearest person. And the rage will only end if the wielder dies or kills everything within 60 feet of him.
Even friends?
Everything within 60 feet.
So
Oh,
if they
no.
run further away than 60 feet, then he'll stop raging?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Is there like a way to fix it?
So there isn't a way to fix the battle axe, but
I need to fix Gentry.
but you can somebody could cast remove curse on Dentry, but this battle axe it appears to be a battle axe. It looks like a battle axe +1, and it is cursed to cause berserker rage, and it's actually a -1 to attacks.
Okay, so right now I'm using a -1 battle axe. It's going to kill everyone.
That's kind of spooky. I think if I use one of my invocation candles, I might be able to cast that.
So let's see. Mavis is level 5.
Yeah.
Let's see what level remove curse is. It's my spell table. I don't.
What does battle axe roll? D8 or D10? What?
Cleric. A battle axe does 1d8. So it'd be 1d8
Cool.
-1 to attack and damage. But so to look, remove curse is a 3rd level spell for clerics, and at level 5. Yeah, you'd have to use the candle of invocation, but you could do that and cast remove curse on him.
I think I should so he doesn't murder all of us. That seems like a pretty good bargain to burn a candle and then you don't.
So yeah, I mean the candle. I mean, you can burn it and cast remove curse on him, and I mean you could leave it burning if you wanted to, and
Okay. Is there like a benefit to putting it out? Can I use it again later?
yeah, you can use it again later. They burn. So let me double check. So specifically, I think that falls under miscellaneous. So yeah, the candle burns for a total of 4 hours, and it can be extinguished and relit.
Okay. And how long do you think it takes to uncurse Sentry?
Casting time. I don't know if they even go into that, but let's see.
Just make a call, whatever.
I wouldn't think that it would take very long.
Right now?
So it says, It says there it is. So it is instant. Caster any either the caster himself or a creature that is touched instantaneously removes one curse from a creature. It may be a character. It may allow a character to discard a cursed magic item.
Okay, we're doing that because I don't want to get killed.
Okay, so Mavis lights his candle and recites a prayer and touches Dentry, and Dentry all of a sudden is like, "Ugh, this axe is terrible. What am I thinking?" and drops the axe.
Yeah, let's, I don't know if we should give that leather armor a chance after that. But I guess I could remove the curse if anybody wants to try it on while the candle's
I
still
mean, the
burning.
candle's already lit, right? So you might as well.
So the leather armor, this leather armor would give you an AC of 5.
Does that help anybody, or is everybody above, or I mean below 5?
You might hang on to this and put it in the in your bag of holding or carting it around with you. I would imagine your 2 bags of holding are getting pretty full, but you might hang on to it because Borman occasionally swaps out his rather than wear his plate mail, he'll wear his leather armor because the plate mail kind of screws with his stealth abilities.
Okay.
And slows him way the fuck down too. So.
All right. So what is it called?
It is +2 leather armor.
Okay, +2 leather armor. Got it.
All right, I can extinguish the candle, and we can see it.
I will leave that axe behind.
Yeah, that thing was awful.
Fuck that axe.
Look safe. Let's head in, crew.
And once again, this is another just guards' quarters, moldy bed.
No. Okay.
Drippy walls.
All right, let's get out of here. Go somewhere else. I guess outside.
Oh yeah, we can go back down to the first floor and go outside.
Yeah.
So going outside, let me kind of group you guys together so that I can just do a quick copy paste.
Don't you copy pasta me?
Copy pasta. So this puts you out here. Show you. So that puts you right here. This, of course, number not. Oh, you guys are already on the map. Do that. So number 9, of course, is the keep, which you have already been through, and then the Royal Manor is number 8. And then there is this next building over here, number 7, which is the keep's private chapel.
Ooh.
I want to check it out.
Do we want to clear the one? Wait, we just came out of which one?
You came out of 8.
Okay. And we haven't been to 9 yet, or we did already?
Yeah, you've already cleared 9.
Okay, cool. To the chapel!
Yes.
Okay. So this chapel was once dedicated to both the old gods and the 12 known gods. And it appears that the ravages of time have been particularly unkind. And there are several holes in the roof, and there is a small cemetery plot here on the south side of the chapel. And it is overgrown with weeds and masonry from the walls that have, fallen off and kind of littered amongst the graves. But stepping into the chapel. Where the fuck is the chapel? There it is.
The necromancer probably would love the graves.
Right.
Ooh, statues. Those have been so good to us. Actually, that gargoyle statue was pretty good to us.
Actually, I doubt that Mavis would be up front.
Maybe. I am today.
So this, oops, hold on. I need another map. Chapel, chapel, chapel. Where's my chapel? There we are. So this, there is cracked burgundy and white mosaic tiles on the floor, and there is dark gray stone and wood beams, and there is a 20-foot vaulted ceiling, and the gray stone is on the walls. And these statues are made of purple veined marble, and they are this central statue in the middle is larger than the rest. It is a purple veined marble statue of Montus the Allfather, and it is missing a nose and part of its left ear. On the north wall, these statues are 15 feet tall, and they depict Tula, Wedding, and Thuros. And they show dirt and water stains, but from the leaky roof. But other than that, they appear to be fine. On the south wall are 15-foot statues of Frisia, Satis, and Sinaz.
I like this place. It's pretty cool.
And then there are these 10-foot wide stairs that go up like 7 feet to the next hall.
Let's check them out.
Do you want to check out the statues at all?
Ooh.
You guys can.
Mavis, roll a d6. Yeah, so you step into this hall.
Shit.
In this upper hall.
Whoa.
In the middle of the hall is a again, this is water damaged mosaic, burgundy and white mosaic tile floors. Many of the tiles are cracked, and wood beams and shingles, 20-foot vaulted ceiling, many leaks. And again, there are more purple veined marble statues. And in the middle of this hall, right here, right in front of where Mavis is standing, is a white marble altar that has been inlaid with gold. And on the west side of the room, these are, on the north side, there are 15-foot tall purple veined marble statues of, let's see, Maricus, the messenger, Aepus, hold on. Oh, it's just a blemish. Aepus, Massus, Genow, and Julief. On the south wall are 15-foot tall statues of Agaron, Septim, Octus, Navius, and Decus. These two statues in the center of the room are larger than the others. These are statues of Janus and Festus that stand on either side of the altar. And then on the west wall here, there is a statue here. I guess these are counted as the north statue. But there are 2 doors on the west wall as well. And they are iron-studded doors that lead in deeper into the chapel. There's also down here this door on the south that leads to the bell tower.
Oh, that sounds fun. Looks safe too. Let's go.
And so, opening this up, it leads up to the 2nd floor of the bell tower. But
Right, which of all these gods does Mavis actually like?
so Mavis is actually a follower. She is of the Order of the Martyr, and they follow the Saint Somas. Was that right? Saint Somas?
I think so, but it was like invented kind
Yeah.
of recently, so there's not a whole lot of representation of Coffee's temple. But that's still okay. I still dig it just because of being a cleric.
Yes, Saint Soman the Archer is who they worship, and Soman is known for having been seduced by the succubus Cassandra, and Soman ended up marrying her, and the god Festus basically aided Soman by giving him illumination during his dreams, showing him that Cassandra was really a succubus, and that illumination opened his eyes, so to speak, as to her true nature. And so Soman plucked a magical arrow from his quiver and killed Cassandra by stabbing her in the heart while she lay in her bed. And at this, of course, Soman was so distraught that he flung himself from the castle walls, killing himself. And Festus is said to have wept for Soman, causing frigid sleet storms across the entire region for 40 days.
Oh, wow.
And he was canonized as a saint.
Yeah.
But
you guys want to go up the bell tower and ring the bell?
Mavis, make a spell save.
Oh, shit. Okay. So 12. Okay, so I roll a d20 and I want to roll under it.
You want to roll over.
Over.
Nice.
Yay, I did.
So you step in here, and from up these stairs, you can hear this beautiful singing coming from upstairs.
Ah, shit.
That's pretty weird. I think I'm gonna tell my friends about the weird singing and see what they have to say. Do they know what that might be about?
I don't think any of you would know.
I can promise you my character wouldn't.
Okay, so I'm gonna go check it out, I guess.
Okay. What about everybody else?
Sure, I'll go see it
We
too.
follow her right now. She's leading the party.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys follow, and Mavis. Alora needs to make a spell save. She probably made it.
Yep.
And Dentry and Samuel also need to make a spell save.
Gentry and Samuel, you say?
Or Dentry and Jackson.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's roll 2 d20s and see how it goes.
Oh, shit.
I am almost positive that I failed both rolls.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive that both Jackson and Dentry failed their spell save. And
What?
so actually, and have Toomi make a spell save.
Oh shit! I know that Toomi has something about being especially good against spells. Let me find that.
You might be right. I can pull up.
Magic resistance +2 bonus on all saving throws against magic.
There you go.
All right. Well, let's see how Toomi does.
I'm pretty sure she saved.
Yeah, it's a 16.
Yeah. So, let's see. Toomi. Page 101.
Spell save is 16 for Toomi.
So that's a save. So yeah. Fairy cat. Yeah, she saves. So, but Dentry and Jackson did not, and Dentry and Jackson run like literally almost pushing Mavis and Alora out of the way to get upstairs.
Oh,
And
Jeez. Calm down.
when they get
Toomi is
upstairs,
concerned by this.
they climb to the top of the belfry. There's dark stone, crenellated walls, wood beams, and shingles. There's like, this is open, but on the sides, but there's like a small roof over it. And there's a bell up here. But coming to the top of the stairs, well, I'm not going to tell. Well, yeah, I'll tell. So there is this disgusting nest up here that has been created, basically taking up the entire belfry. And there are
harpies in it?
There are 3 harpies in it.
Oh, shit.
And I need
Who
to
said this was a good idea?
redo. Whoops.
We want to live here maybe someday. Get these gross ass harpies out of here.
There's a harpy outbreak.
They're like evil, right? They have to be.
Yeah, they are chaotic. Ooh, and they got a 6 for their initiative. So everybody roll initiative. So Dentry and Jackson, anyone who hears the song of a group of harpies must save her spells or be charmed. Move towards the harpies, resisting those who try to prevent it. Defend the harpies. Obey the harpies' commands, if understood. Unable to harm the harpies, and a character who saves is unaffected by the rest of the encounter. Killing the harpies breaks the charm. And harpies have a +2 to all. They have magic resistance +2 to all saves.
That's not good. Because these are our 2 biggest hitters, and they're both like, "Oh, harpies, I love you. Oh my god, baby.
Yeah. Give me your wrinkly, saggy body."
Mm-hmm. Know about it.
So the harpies are the harpies have Dentry and Jackson kind of stand up here and guard to defend them. But one of the harpies, these 2 are going to stay up here. But this harpy here, who has 50 feet of flying, so she can easily get downstairs, is going to fly down the stairs and attack Mavis.
All right.
She
Bring it.
has. She's going to make 2 claw attacks. First claw attack is probably going to miss. What's Mavis's AC is 3?
That's right.
Harpies have 17 Thaco. Yes, that would have hit a AC of 6. Second claw attack. Oh, that sucks. It misses with a 4. The other 2 harpies are going to hold their action until they can see. Well, no, they're just going to let Dentry and Jackson defend them. Mavis, what do you want to do? You see these harpies.
I want to recall if holy water only hurts undead things or not.
I believe so, but let's take a gander. Let's see here. Holy water. Water that has been blessed by a holy person is used in some religious rituals and inflicts damage on undead monsters. So only undead.
Okay, only undead. Okay, I'll just swing on her then.
Okay.
With the +2 thing.
+2
Warhammer.
Warhammer. When you have a Warhammer, everything's a nail. Ooh. So that. That is going to hit AC 0, so you connect with that Warhammer.
Okay, cool.
For 6. So Mavis reaches out and just clocks this harpy upside the jaw and really rings her bells. Like she's spitting teeth. So Dentry, let's see, the harpies, the 2 harpies up here order Dentry to stand guard. And not
They love me more than you, I say to Jackson.
the harpies tell Dentry to not allow any of the companions downstairs to come upstairs. What does Toomi want to do?
Toomi will leave the one down here to the 2 ladies. Because Toomi is worried about Jackson.
Okay.
Toomi will go up the stairs to see where Jackson is, but cautiously. Like, Jackson's acting weird.
Okay, so Dentry can make an attack on Toomi.
Dentry, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be what it's got to be. Toomi,
Yeah.
Toomi had to go. Oh,
Fuck! Oh, man. So, that is maximum damage with your flaming longsword.
Toomi is no more.
No,
Oh,
no.
shit.
That's
Wow.
a D8 + 3. Toomi had 9 hit points.
Oh.
Man. Crap. Okay.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh, shit.
So Dentry goes shunk, and 2 pieces of flaming cat fall down to the bottom of the bell tower.
Dang.
Toomi was worried about Jackson. Their psychic link was getting all hazy, and he wanted to know why.
What does Allura want to do?
That's like this is like the fantasy game equivalent of like backing over your cat in the driveway,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes. Shit.
Okay, Alora's
more like
gonna
your
hop
house
on the
guest doing
broom.
it. Wasn't even like Jackson did it. Dentry did it to Jackson's cat.
Yes.
So I'm gonna hop on my broom. I got 80 feet of speed, which is crazy. And what I'm hoping I can accomplish is, you said like the outside of the tower is like open,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I want to huck one of those flammable oil vial things in the harpy nest from there.
Okay.
So I should be able to fly out there. So 10 to 40, 60. Is it 20 feet up or less?
It is, let's see, what does it say? It says, yes, 20 feet.
Okay, so I should just be able to make it there and then toss one in, hopefully.
Yeah, go ahead and make a ranged attack.
I can't believe I killed Toomi.
Oh, man, I know. That's so brutal. Ew. That is a hit.
Okay,
And
so it's all flammable now.
yes.
But that's all.
So oil breaks in here, but keep in mind, Dentry is wielding a flaming
Fiery
longsword. Oh my god. Okay.
And there's flaming cat pieces everywhere.
Yes. And so let's see here. That is a
Toomi's revenge.
flash weapon. Specifically. Oh my god. Oh shit. Let's see here. It says oil flask, splash weapon. Oil. Where's oil? There it is.
Does Dentry even care that Toomi died?
Not yet. I imagine.
So it will burn for 2 rounds, and specifically it says yeah, this is not good for Dentry and the Harpies.
Or Jackson, probably, because he's up there too, right? Or is he
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Did Jackson see Toomi die? Did he see it happen?
They want lips. So that section of the nest is on fire, and the harpies are going to each take 1 point of fire, and Dentry takes 1 point of fire.
Okay.
Jackson's just outside of the flames. Jackson, they tell the harpies order Jackson to fire his bow on Allura.
Well, this should. How far away is it? Oh, she's right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
That's pretty
charmedness like ends if the harpies die, right?
Correct.
Okay, good.
Okay, that's just a straight D20 roll for me then.
So Jackson goes to shoot the bow, slips on a little bit of the oil, and falls down the stairs.
Like,
Fuck. Oh my god. Poor Brian. Taking 7 points of falling damage as you bounce down the stairs.
damn.
Holy crap, dude.
These are hard. They're like hard.
Dang.
This is a castle. These things are made for pain.
Oh man. And of course, he rolls down the stairs and lands on half a Toomi.
It breaks his fall.
The harpy downstairs is going to make 2 claw attacks on Mavis. Oh, shit. And she falls back.
Does she overshoot too?
Yeah, she falls back and is prone. Mavis, you can get a free attack at it +2.
Ooh, let's do that. With a +2 Warhammer. Not very
Nope,
good.
nope, that's going to miss.
Okay.
Upstairs, this harpy is going
Wait.
to fly out of the fire because she's not stupid, and going to make 2 claw attacks on Alora.
There we go.
Now, is she also a harpy also covered in oil? Because if so, then shouldn't the fire follow her?
Uh,
Are they wearing clothes? I don't know. They might not be super flammable.
yeah,
Oh, right.
That's actually a really good question. Let's look at what it says about harpies. It says, well, they got feathers. Hideous hags with wings and lower bodies of giant eagles. Yeah,
Eagles.
they've got feathers. I mean, that would have been part
Very
of her.
susceptible to flame, then.
Yeah, I mean that would have been part of the damage that she took from the fire. But yeah, she's still got some fire clinging to her. But her first roll. What's Alora's?
I would have them.
You what?
My Tentry would have done so well against them because his sword is extra good against bird-like creatures.
Right? Yes. What's Alora's AC?
It's like 8.
8.
Yeah.
They are Thaka 17. I'm pretty sure.
That's probably gonna hurt,
Yeah, she hit Alora for 3 points of damage, and her second attack also hits for 3 points of damage.
Okay.
I'm beginning to regret our decision.
We'll be fine. There we go.
This harpy is kind of gonna stay where she's at. Next round, she will take another. Well, actually, she'll take it right now. She'll take another 3 points of fire damage. All right, Mavis, what would you like to do?
I will try and use the Warhammer once more.
Okay. 14 hits.
Mhm.
Actually, that's a 16 because you got a +2 to hit.
4 or 5.
Okay, you bash the harpy. She's got a bloody nose and a black eye, and she is looking terribly bruised up. She is still alive, squirming around on the floor. Dentry, the harpy orders Dentry to step out of the fire. Oh, Dentry also takes another 3 points of fire damage. And what would Alora like to do?
I would like to cast sleep on this one that's flying around.
Ooh, okay. So before we do that, since I think this is like one of the first times we've used sleep.
Yeah, I got to learn another first level spell because Aurora leveled up last game.
So it says you can cast on a single creature with 4+1 hit dice. Harpies have 3, so that would count. It also says, so 1, a single creature with 4+1 hit dice. 2, a total of 2d8 hit dice creatures of 4 hit dice or lower each. So you could roll 2d8 and see if you what is the 240-foot range. Holy shit. You could cast and probably get the 2 harpies up here and Dentry.
That would be for the best, I think. You said 2d8?
Yeah, roll
Is that what you said?
2d8 to see how many a total of 2d8. So, yeah. So, shit. 10 hit dice. Yeah, you could. What level's Dentry?
4.
Yeah, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You could get all 3 of them.
All right.
And so it
They're all falling asleep.
says when targeting creatures of 4 hit dice or less, the following rules apply. Targets with the least hit dice are affected first. Treat monsters with less than 1 hit dice as having 1. Okay. Rolled hit dice that are not sufficient. So do they get a save?
You'd think it'd be saving
Yeah,
themselves.
they would make a save versus spells. Okay. So, Dentry make a save versus spells.
All right, what's my spell save? 14.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, she gets a +2, but oh well. Eight's still not gonna do it. Okay, so Dentry gets sleepy and falls asleep. This harpy fails her save and falls asleep and falls 20 feet, taking
11 shot ball damage.
whew, ouch, 8 points of damage hitting the ground. And of course, so it also says that, let's see here, are helpless and can be killed instantly with a bladed weapon. Slapping or wounding awakens a creature. So this harpy falls 20 feet to the ground, hits the ground, takes a crap ton of damage, and or 8 points of damage, and immediately wakes up and is looking 20 feet up at the bottom, looking up Alora's dress. This harpy, 12, 13 is not enough to save. This harpy falls asleep in the fire and will immediately take damage next turn. Excellent use of the sleep spell.
Yeah, well,
Man.
everything aligned.
That worked quite a bit better than it does in 5th edition, to be real honest. I have found the sleep spell to be, after about level 4 or 5, it is the most useless spell in the game. It's like, just forget it,
Yeah.
Jackson, I would imagine, Jackson was ordered to attack Alora, but now you have Mavis in your way. You can spend 5 feet of movement to stand up, and you've got Mavis right in front of you. So, Jackson, you got to go through Mavis to get back up to Alora, so I guess you got to make an attack on Mavis.
All right, I would like to do push attack or shove attack or whatever.
Okay.
Because my goal is Alora right now. I'm one single-mindedly focused.
Right.
Like I was told. So it's like, you're in my way. Just get out of my way so I can get to her. So is that a grapple check, I guess?
So it would just be just go ahead and make a melee attack.
Okay.
So D20
Is that
plus
like
your
with-
strength modifier.
Okay, so 15.
Okay. Okay, so he tries to push Mavis out of the way. Mavis plants her feet and is like, nope, I'm not moving. Harpies again. So this harpy is going to take D8 fire damage for another 4, which, of course, wakes the harpy up. Whoop, that was the wrong. This harpy is going to stand up with 5 feet of movement. and attempt to make 2 claw attacks on Mavis. First claw attack. Misses. Second claw attack. Misses. Right?
Alright.
Yes. 17. With 10? Double checking here. Yes, that misses. This harpy is going to fly back up to Alora and try to make a 2 claw attacks. And misses. Oh, wait. Alora's AC is like 8.
Yeah.
So that's a hit, and second claw attack is a miss. So Alora is going to take another 1 point of claw damage.
Okay.
This harpy is going to move out of the fire, and the fire will be ending this round anyways. What does Mavis want to do?
Bash the harpy once more.
Okay. A 15 might actually hit. Yes, does.
Come on. Oh, well. Something.
Ugh, so close. Oh, so for 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mavis brings her warhammer down on the harpy's head, and you hear this crunch sound, and the harpy dies miserably.
I was wondering about that. So the harpies, is it like one of them is controlling one with their spell, or is it like a uniform, like all of them together are controlling?
All of them together. And this, so you are, I need to see how long you are asleep for. You are asleep for, woof,
Wow.
44 turns, and each turn is 10 minutes. So you are asleep.
So someone wake you up, I guess.
You are asleep
Which is
for
probably a good thing.
140 minutes. 14 turns. Dentry is sacked out. What would Alora like to do?
Just snoring away.
Let me see here. I probably ought to attack and then, or I'll make some distance between us and then attack, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Probably not.
11 misses.
Okay, I want to get far away from this thing though, because I'm hurting. I think I can zoom on in that. with my broom.
Okay. Jackson, you can go ahead and make another shove attack on Mavis. You're probably not aware that Alora is not up here anymore.
Yeah, all I know is that's where she was last, and I'm trying to get back there. So I'm gonna make another shove, like, get out of my way. You know, after this, I might get a little bit more forceful than a shove.
Right. So let's see here. What was your total roll?
12.
Yep, she plants her feet. She ain't moving. The harpies need to make a morale check. And they need to roll under 7. They do not. The harpies are like, you know what? Fuck this. And they bolt away.
Bye.
And the whoops, harpies are worth the.
Well, Laura's gonna drink a potion. I can just get it forward.
Okay, so the fire goes out. Dentry is sleeping restfully, but as the harpies run away, the charm is, of course, lifted. Poking around, you guys can slap Dentry and wake him up.
Yeah.
Poking around in the nest up
So
here.
wait. So the charm is broken now?
Yes.
Yep. So now you can
Jackson
reckon
comes
with what
up
you've done.
and is looking around for Toomi. Where's Toomi? And finds flaming remains.
Yes.
And looks at Alora first, like, did you do this?
Yeah, like it's flaming and chopped in half, so no. I don't have a way to do that.
Looks at Dentry, who is sleeping, and kicks him full force.
Okay. Yeah, that wakes him up.
That's a D20 plus 2 to attack him. Is there any pluses for him being sleeping?
Yeah, you would get a plus. Well, it's an automatic hit.
Oh, all right. Well, now I got to roll damage for kicking him. What's a kick damage?
Would be your strength modifier.
But what do I roll? What D?
Nothing. It's just your strength modifier.
Oh, okay. Well, then he gets 2 damage for being kicked.
Okay.
Jackson is pissed. Even though he understands what happened, he's still pissed.
Yeah. I think we all are a little bit. But we should be mad at the harpies, not our friends.
I'm almost wondering if we should give Dentry some bonus XP for having killed Toomi.
Yeah, it probably should, right?
Oh shit. Oh no, that's just terrible. So up here you
Kill
find
is a kill, damn it. A kill is a kill.
I agree.
yeah, a kill's a kill. You find 400 gold pieces,
Got it.
150 silver pieces,
150. Got it.
300 copper pieces,
Yay. Got it.
and you find a shiny silver ring.
You think it's magical? Should we pop it on?
Jackson's too busy grieving, and Dentry is like, I'm sorry. So it's one of y'all.
Alora will try it on and see if there's any effects or if it just is pretty.
Okay, so you find out this. Let me find it here. This ring. Come on. Ugh. There we go. This is a ring of telekinesis.
Ooh.
Grants the power to move objects or creatures within 120 feet by concentrating. You can move up to 2,000 coins worth of weight. The target may be moved up to 20 feet per round in whatever direction the wearer of the ring wishes, including vertically.
Oh, shit.
A target creature, if you're moving a creature, must make a save versus spells to resist. And if your concentration is broken, the target falls. So if you're attacked or hit with a spell or something like that, then it breaks your concentration, and then the target would fall.
That is a pretty great ring, I gotta say.
I mean, who, Alora or Mavis want that, or?
I gave it to Alora. I thought she'd probably make mischief.
Yeah.
with it.
And so, are you guys going to rest up here and?
It's probably disgusting.
Or I mean,
man.
you can just go ahead and drink your potions and cast any healing spells that you might want.
Yeah, Alora drank a potion. Mavis didn't even really get hurt, so I'm in good shape.
Jackson's a little injured, and Jackson's actually pretty hurt. He's down to near half,
Oh,
and Dentry, because he was already hurt from previous battles.
okay, so Mavis will do a cure light wounds. Let's see what we get here.
Dentry's
Four,
okay, but
and then you probably need let's give you a potion to top it off. God damn it. Okay. So 6 altogether. Does that help a lot? Or not really?
yeah, I mean, that's almost the damage it took from falling.
Okay.
We're both over 20 now, so that's Dentry's at 27 and Jackson's at 23. We're not
Okay.
at full, but not low.
All right. That's cool then. That works for me.
Okay. So we were saying we were going to close up a little early today. You each character gets 717 XP.
And we go bury Toomi.
Yeah.
Or Toomi.
Well, that's where we're going to start next turn, is going to the graveyard to bury Toomi.
Yep.
Before we
Yeah.
continue to explore.
Poor Toomi. All right, and so yeah, we'll go ahead and close up here, and we will pick this up in 2 weeks. Like I said, I will be gone next weekend for the wedding, and so yeah, we'll pick up in 2 weeks.
All right. See you then. Thank you.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.